Hello, everyone. Welcome to Module 2. Module 2 will focus on communication systems and feedback. Chapter 2 of our text introduces the mind frame. I see assessment as informing my impact and next steps. I am sure nearly every educator has had the experience similar to the opening vignette, feeling great about students learning a particular topic you taught, only to discover they hadn't grasped the concept to the level you wished. 5 visible learning strategies are introduced in Chapter 2 that relate to classroom formative assessment. They include mastery learning, feedback, collaborative learning, self regulated learning, and clear goal intentions. So, how can we as educational leaders help to introduce these strategies at the secondary level? Instruction can look very different from classroom to classroom, and just like students we teach, each teacher may be at a different place in terms of their mastery of formative assessment. Last week, we talked about being intentional about building an evaluative culture. This is no different. And assisting teachers with implementing formative assessment strategies can be done in many different ways. One way to begin this at the secondary level may be through peer observations. Setting up a schedule for teachers to watch their peers in a non evaluative manner during their plan period can be powerful and lead to great conversations. You can provide leadership and enhance this process by giving them specific strategies to look for while in the classroom and setting up opportunities for teachers to meet and collaborate about what they saw and learned. Later this semester, we will discuss building a staff professional learning plan. Needless to say, classroom formative assessment should be an essential part of any plan to improve student achievement. Throughout the course, I will challenge you to think about topics you may encounter as a secondary school leader. Since one of the formative assessment strategies discussed in Chapter 2 is feedback, I thought it would be a good opportunity to discuss the importance of effective communication and feedback between school leaders and their staff and families. While it may seem obvious that communication between educational leaders and staff, students, and families is important, communication, or lack thereof, can really help or hurt a school leader's success. You will often be put in positions where you need to make decisions and make clear communication with confidence. So, what do you think the best way is to communicate? I hate to say it, but it depends. And determining your method of communication and the process you allow questions, concerns, and other feedback to be accepted will be the biggest part of your success. I will share 2 examples and then you will get to work through a scenario in your weekly assignment. The first example is communication around various emergency drills that occur throughout the school year. Every school conducts drills. How are those communicated to parents? Should they be communicated to parents? As teachers, staff, and students are trained on the standard response protocol, we felt it was important to communicate with when drills occurred to help our parents learn the SRP language. Following each drill, a short email is sent to parents letting them know that a drill occurred and sharing a description of the used protocol. I included an example here. In addition, we felt it was important for classroom teachers to share their voices on how the drill went. So we created a short Google survey after each drill. It includes questions such as, did you hear the emergency notification? Did you follow all the procedures outlined for the drill? And if not, which ones did you not follow? What, if any, problems did you encounter? Rate how your students performed. And did you hear a notification marking the end of the drill? Staff responses helped us to improve future drills. The second example relates to inappropriate social media posts. While this scenario is fairly specific, it does touch on a different type of communications used to tackle an issue. We had a scenario that started at the end of 8th grade year for a group of students. So name calling, bullying, and inappropriate comments led to disciplinary consequences. The next fall, we caught wind of some inappropriate social media posts happening outside of school that involved some of our students, some of the same students, former students, and other students who had no affiliation with our school. Our secondary principal addressed those students, called parents, and even called some parents of students who did not attend Freeman. We also decided it was best to send an email to all 9th grade parents to try to work through this scenario, being proactive and make an attempt to educate parents about the dangers of social media. I want to share the email that was sent. I'll give you a minute to skim through it. As you are reading through the email, I hope you can see we focused on clearly stating the issue, being non-confrontational after difficult conversations that took place the previous school year, asking parents for assistance with the matter and giving them the opportunity to be in control of their child's social media use. And lastly, providing an important reminder that ultimately consequences, if disruptions occurred, if they continued, would occur during the school day. There are 2 things you will need to complete for Module 2. The textbook reading is Chapter 2, which begins on page 23. The other assignment will be a response and peer reaction on Canvas. For the Canvas assignment, you will need to choose one of the communication opportunities listed. Similar to how I explained my 2 examples, your response will include determining what types of communication you chose to use and a sample of that communication. Once your response is posted in Canvas, you will complete one peer reaction, providing feedback to another student in class. Module 2 assignments are due Sunday, January 26th by 11:59 p.m. Have a great week, and please let me know if you have any questions.